guess that before we leave, let's talk about fellowship, because that's a living dynamic from God's perspective and God's purpose that should be in the church.
Yes, I believe that wholeheartedly. That is what evolves, I think, out of a church. You being with like-minded individuals, you are able to collaborate and exchange with other people that are like-minded and grow. Like I met you at church. We were drawn together. I was drawn to you.
And we didn't even know it.
No. But we allowed God to flow through us and allowed that connection to come to fruition. I have met many people at church that I can now call, I don't know, they're friends. Okay?
Right.
They're not like somebody that I would call at 1 o'clock in the morning, come bail me out of jail, friends. But
you're not going to do that.
But I'm not, exactly. I'm not, that's not going to be a reality anymore because I don't.
Why is that?
Because I don't do those things that would get me in jail at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Why do you not do them?
Because I don't want to do them anymore because God is in me and I know how to live a better life now.
Well, let me put it another way.
Okay.
The reason why you don't do those things is because God doesn't do them.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
If he is your life, he doesn't do those things. And right. If the life that you live is him, you don't do those things.
No, you don't do those things, man.
It's not because you're trying to keep them at bay. I really want to do those things, but I'm just going to say no. I'm not going to. It's like the worst thing that you can do if you're a smoker is try to quit smoking. It's the worst thing you can do is try to quit smoking. I remember talking to someone that said to me, I've been trying to quit and everything like that. And I said, well, you know Jesus, right? He said, well, yeah, I'm a Christian. I said, well, does Jesus smoke? No. And then I said, well, why don't you let him not smoke in you? And they went, what, really? You remember the movie Liar, Liar?
Yes. That was a funny movie.
And if the liar aspect would come up within him, he'd say, well, because I want to smoke.
Right.
I don't want Jesus to not smoke in me because I want to smoke.
I like smoking. I like smoking a lot. Now I don't do it anymore.
Okay, we're not condemning smoking. Okay,
no.
That if there's whatever, it's like that's not the point. The point is Jesus living through you or is he not? And really, and if he's not living in you, are you really the church?
Well, therein comes the fellowship as well, because then you can see how God works through them, and he's like, and they can see how it's working through you. And I think it's like a graduation. Find a good church that you can commune with people you feel comfortable with. I saw it. A ladybug just landed on my chest. That's got to be a good omen. But anyway, so the fellowship will evolve from going to the church. You will.
Really?
Yes.
Is that true? In other words, proximity is everything.
No, it's not the proximity. It's what is you are learning and you are growing in when you go to church. Because I go to church to worship God, to give him praise and glory.